Hello everyone, today I will discuss the carry look ahead adder. Here firstly I will discuss the ripple carry adder and the drawbacks of the ripple carry adder, and from there I will discuss why we need the carry look ahead adder, and after that I will demonstrate the generalized expression of the carry vector in carry look ahead adder, and finally I will demonstrate the hardware implementation of a carry look ahead adder. Now here we will demonstrate the ripple carry adder. Here you can see that the first full adder F1 will receive the value of A0, B0 and initial carry C0 and produce the 0th bit summation S0 and the first carry C1. Now eventually second full adder receive the value of A1, B1 and the first carry C1 and produce the first bit summation S1 and the second carry C2. Similarly, the third full adder received the value of A2, B2 and C2 and eventually produced the second bit summation S2 and the third carry C3. Now again the fourth full adder will receive the value of A3 and B3 and C3 and it will eventually produce the third summation bit S3 and the final carry C4. Here in this example you can see that this two 4-bit binary number are producing a 4-bit summation. The main drawback of the ripple carry adder is that the carry propagates from the 0th bit position to the nth bit position sequentially. So here initial carry helps us to generate the first carry, which consequently generates the second carry. From the second carry generates the third carry and so on. Now for the nth bit addition we need the n-1th carry bit, which basically generates from the propagation of the initial carry. Thus, the larger the value of n is, the larger the propagation time will be. Now, due to that drawback, we have come up with variant of adders. Carry look ahead adder is one of them. The advantage of carry look ahead adder is that it generates all the carry bits in advance from the input operands only. So, it reduces the carry propagation time. So here for the nth bit addition, it does not need to wait for the n-1th carry bit to be propagated from the initial carry. Here all the carries are with us already in our hand and we can perform the each bit position addition simultaneously. Now we can build a carry look ahead adder from the full adder itself. For that purpose, let us look at the expression of the output sum and carry in the full adder. So this is the expression of the sum and this is the expression of the carry. Now if we focus on the expression of the carry, then you can see that we can write the expression in a similar fashion like this. Here you can observe that we have multiplied yi plus yi bar with the second term xici and we have multiplied the xi plus xi bar with the third term yici. Now in case of Boolean algebra, yi plus yi bar equals to 1. Similarly, xi plus xi bar equals to 1. And making a dot product with 1 give us that particular element only. So that is why it is a valid expression in case of Boolean algebra. Now if we simplify the expression, we will get an expression like this. Now in the second expression, you can see that there is a two representation of xi, yi and ci. In Boolean algebra, we can easily omit one of the expression. So it will simplify the expression like this. Now in the third expression, if we make a common of xi yi from the first and second term, then you will get xi yi within the bracket 1 plus ci. Similarly for the third and fourth term, if we make a common of ci, we will get a expression xi yi bar plus xi bar yi dot ci. Now we can easily write that expression like this: xi yi plus xi xor yi dot ci. Now why we can write it like this? Because 1 plus ci is nothing else but the 1, and making a dot product of 1 with xi yi will give us xi yi only. And similarly xi yi bar plus xi bar yi is nothing else but the xi xor yi. Now we can write the expression as gi plus pi ci, where gi is xi dot yi and pi is xi xor yi. Similarly, the sum expression we can write pi xor ci. So here pi is the ith propagated carry, gi is the ith generated carry, and here if you look at these two expressions, you can see that the pi and gi both are independent of the previously generated carry ci. So here the expression of the final carry Ci plus 1 is Gi plus Pi Ci. Now in a similar fashion we can get the expression for the previous carry Ci equals to Gi minus 1 plus Pi minus 1 dot Ci minus 1. Now if we put this expression of Ci into the equation 1, then we will get the expression like this. Here we have replaced the Ci with the value of Gi minus 1 plus Pi minus 1 dot Ci minus 1. Now similar fashion, if we want to replace Ci minus 1 with the corresponding representation with respect to G and P, then we will get the expression like this. Here we have replaced Ci minus 1 with the value Gi minus 2 plus Pi minus 2 dot Ci minus 2. Now if we simplify the expression, it will look like this. Here we have multiplied Pi with all its components. Similarly, if we again simplify the expression, it will look like this. Now here, this is a expression of the final carry Ci plus 1 with respect to carry Ci minus 2. Now, if we want to get a generalized expression of Ci plus 1 with respect to initial carry C0, then the expression will look like this. So, if we want to perform 4-bit addition, then there will be 5 carry from C0 to C4, and you can put that in a carry vector. So, it will look like this, where C0 is the initial carry, and from there you can compute the first carry C1 with the expression C0 P0 plus G0, where P0 is the 0th propagation carry and G0 is the 0th generated carry. From this expression we can again compute C2. C2 will be C1 P1 plus G1, where you can replace the value of C1 with the previous expression C0 P0 plus G0, and it will look like C0 P0 P1 plus G0 P1 plus G1. Now similarly you can compute C3 equals to C2 P2 plus G2, and where you can see that in a blue ink we have replaced the value of C2 with the corresponding expression. Now similarly we can compute C4, which is C3 P3 plus G3, and you can replace C3 with the corresponding previous expression, and it will look like this. Now here you can see that the value of C3 depending on the initial carry C0 as well as the various values of P and G's, where P is the propagation carry which is not dependent on the previous carry. Similarly, G is the generated carry which is also dependent on the input only. So here you can see that you can generate all the carry bits with the initial carry as well as the inputs. Now in carry look ahead adder, when we already have the inputs A and B as well as the initial carry C in, we can get all the carries by 3 gate delays. 1 gate delay for getting the value of Pi and Gi, and 2 gate delays in the AND OR circuit for computing Ci plus 1. After getting all the carries, we can obtain the sum in 1 gate delay, and that is why in ideal scenario n-bit addition requires only 4-bit delays. In this slide we will show you how to implement the carry look ahead adder in real hardware with the help of a diagram. Here you can see the first full adder receive the 0th bit of the 2 operand A and B as well as the initial carry and generate the 0th summation S0 as well as the P0 the 0th propagation carry and G0 0th generated carry, which help us to generate the C1. And in the second full adder, with the help of A1, B1 and C1, it generates the first bit summation S1 as well as the P1 and G1. Again from P1 and G1 we generate C2, and after adding A2, B2 and C2 in the third full adder, we generate the 0th bit summation S2 as well as P2 and G2, and from P2 and G2 we generate the third carry C3, and after adding A3, B3 and C3 in the fourth full adder, we get the third bit summation S3 as well as P3 and G3, which eventually help us to generate the final carry C4, and by this we implement the real hardware carry look ahead.